No knowledges, and this is some stuff in the normal news and that. With Trans MP, and there's another story gone about a sports person or something. So they're bringing all this sort of stuff into the mainstream and that. And so this obviously, proves that these knowledges what we've been doing, channels like mine and that what we've been doing for a long time, is basically, correct knowledge. So of course you've got dirty shills saying that this isn't the case, and you must worship Jesus and all, every type of thing gone and that, but trying to say that this knowledge is not correct. Of course this stuff proves it, it proves it is correct knowledge. Been saying it for bloody years and that, you know what I mean? And now they're bringing it all into the mainstream type of thing, and that's it. So obviously, we was right all along. Continue from the last one I was done about healing the sick, right, being occurred, right? Binds, remember FTM binders, right? Restore you to health TH, right? So this is a total cure for teardrinking, right? As I done in that last video. Take away sickness from among you, right? But this is the duality of this particular cure, right? It goes two ways, right? So the sick becomes the like the positive affirmation, right? So they're basically referring to their own tea drinkers, right? But when you take it the other way, right, like say CIS, right? CIS, right? That becomes with what they call cis, where they call single gender people cisgenders, right? In the media and all that, see? So it becomes the cis. It's a dual code, as always, dualistic. You take away sickness from among you, right? To take the cis from among you, see? Get rid of them. Get rid of the cisgenders. I will heal my people, see? My people. So Jesus is talking about my people. So Jesus, like these dirty shills, see, or worship Jesus. Jesus is going to get them and all this. Jesus ain't going to get them because Jesus is their leader, their God, see? Jesus is the trans God, see? I will heal my people, right? And let them enjoy abundant peace. Once in James, the prayer of faith shall save the sick, right? And the Lord shall raise them up. The Lord, like the manner, the sort of feudal Lord, right? And if they have committed sins, single genders, you shall be forgiven. Right? You know what you're dealing with when you're talking about Jesus and all that. Right? Someone pointed out the other day, right? This flag, which is something to do with trans or whatever, is also the same as the Ukraine flag, what they're using in that Ukraine hex. So it's all to do with that, right? This is obviously, you know what I mean, you know what you're looking at there. This is the day with coming out in a cisgender normative world, which of course is a lie anyway. Like, it isn't a cisgender normative world, it's a transgender normative world, see? It's just hidden secret, right? Cisgender symbol, right? Healing the sick, eliminating disease and sickness from the despise, the sort of the natural gender, right? And this is the apparently the symbol for it, cisgender, right? This here. Read the Labris double-headed battle axe, which can be traced to matriarchal societies, right? Yeah, seen a symbol of empowerment for cisgender women, so they're basically, infiltrating all sides of this debate, right, and treating it as a battle, right? But they're infiltrating all sides and taking up all sides of it, and with their own agents, all their tea drinkers, but pretending to be this, right? So they're all bringing everything to a head in their terms of debates and our society and all this. Healing the sick, see, curing the sickness. Basically to get rid of the assign male at birth or female at birth, right? Get rid of them. To heal the sickness. To get rid of these type of normal genders or natural genders, right? A battlefield there. Cutting like the battlefield, you have the agricultural field, like Cain and Abel and all that. They're cutting the crops down, see, cropping the crops. They treat the people as a crop, and they cut the crops down, see. See shills, right, gone on about this. You often see shills sort of saying, oh, we're the wheat or something like, and these Satanists or the tares or something like that, right? Of course, as it says here, right, this parable is very often misinterpreted, right? So basically, when you have wheat and tares, you're talking about tears, right? Tears. Because they like to cause tears and broken heartedness and all that to natural people, right? So it's to do with that. And obviously, when you have wheat is the prime crop or something, and you get rid of the other bits, see? So they're talking about keeping the wheat, which is their own tea drinkers, and getting rid of the unwanted parts. And cereals and dualistic good and this stuff, right? That's what creates the confusion in it, have this duality, right? So the tear or whatever is more or less a flower. It is barren, right? Barren. The enemy sword tears in the midst of the wheat. So obviously that works both ways and all, right? The sword that tears or whatever in the middle of the wheat, which like parallels to putting the tea drinkers into this amongst the natural people, right? It's not easy to tell them apart. And they're barren, right? But also it also goes the other way, where the barren ones becomes the naturals because their lives become barren in that they can't produce and they have a productive life and all that, see? Because you've got this so it's dualistic, like the wheat and tares, it's always dualistic all the way, right? Always. And after harvest, see, after the harvest, the man has the wheat stored in his barn. Yeah. So it's always a dualistic code that goes both ways, right, about the naturals and the teas. But it's always a metaphor for what they're doing with their own tea drinkers, right? And there's the man. You heard that's like, the man, like that song. The man come and take you away, paranoia strikes deep. In the 60s, right? Yeah, Buffalo Springfield. Stop Children, What's That Sound? Right? Very famous sort of song in the 60s and that. Famous song, right? Yeah, there's a man, right? There's battle lines being drawn, right? So it's about the battle between teas and naturals in the society, the secret war that was going on. The field there was basically set around the time of 60s and all that. And then as paranoia strikes deep, into your life it will creep. Step out the line, a man come and take you away, see? So we're trying to get people paranoid in that 60s time and that. Which was all, certain parts of it was about flower power, love and all this. And then, these sort of brought that song to put paranoia into people and all that. So it was all a sort of a hex situation, not really changed in terms of normal people's lives and that. Say speaking in tongues, right? Which again is a misunderstood type of code, and a lot of dirty shills tell you wrong things about it. You see in these daft videos, right, about these pastors and all this type of stuff, and they're all doing stupid making daft noises and going on about speaking in tongues, being filled with the Lord and all this type of thing. Of course, what it's about is just a code, meaning that they use secret code language and not to speak in and all that, right? In fact, God, the word God itself basically means code, doesn't it? It means code, right? And the tongues, the T, on T, right? The on T, and the guess, to guess, keep them guessing, So it's like to do with the Kurd language, what they use, the gift of tongues. So it's a gift to be given this, inside knowledge to have to be able to understand the Kurds, right? Interpretation, right? Spiritual gift. See, those who believe, basically those in the tape program and all that, right? The word for this is glossolalia, right? To gloss over things, right? Remember Layla? Layla was a popular name in songs and I wanted Layla. Like liar, saying liar. And Layla, like Eric Clapton or something, and things like that. Yeah. Tongues or languages, see? Languages, so it's about the hidden language. The Kurd language, this Masonic language, what they're speaking, right? That's what it's all about. Language or tongue. So it's the gift of having of giving these secret languages to understand the Kurds, right? To be languages unknown. So all this thing is just basically about the Kurd, the Masonic Kurds and that, right? Leila Morse, right? Morse Kurd, EastEnders. Yeah, this one's the sister, tea drinking sister of Gary Oldman, who's another famous actor, trans and that, right? As you can see, there's no doubt about what that one is on the tea, like. No doubt at all, eh? Morse Kurd. No doubt about it. Yeah, on the tea. Gary Oldman. More like Gary Woman, isn't it? Gary Woman. Bible verses on the tongue, a lot of them in James Matthew and all that. Sea, the Lord shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea. 7 streams, men shall go dry shod. As one reads in Corinthians, remember Erastus, the eunuch of Corinth. So like Corinth. Yeah. If I speak in the tongues of men or angels, right, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal, right? Clanging. So it's language, lang, right? So when you're not in their T program, right? I do not have love, right? You're not in their T program. It's Kurd, right? Yeah, only clanging cymbal. So a symbol is like a letter or number, or whatever. See, so it means you don't understand the real meaning of the symbols, what you're using in the language, what you're using. Clanging symbols. The clanging symbols. Yeah. You don't understand what you're really saying and all that. Right? And directly from that, right, you've got the clangers. The clangers, which is these, it's a puppet show about these sort of meant to be alien creatures, right? And they live on the moon or a moon-like planet or something, right? So it's obviously a direct, piss take of natural people and all that. And I'll go around with symbols on the 7 and SS and you know what I mean. So it's obviously about the clanging symbols. So it's taken from the clanging symbol type of thing. Melancholically funny lives. See? So it's taking a piss into natural lives, right? Below the surface of a knobbly little planet, the lives of natural people, right? The nobles noble, right? So full of Kurd, right? Woolly headed, yeah. Small moon-like planet, right? And they eat only green soup supplied by the soup dragon. So you know what that's about.